What's good, everybody? Give y'all a couple minutes to get in here real quick while I refresh our chat screen here. See what we got here. Lives. Boom. Here we go. Yes, indeedy. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bros Talk MMA. Gotta remember to fucking mute that shit going forward. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the break. We are back to cover this weekend's fight night card. Shit had 12 fights on it, and then that just all fell apart. So it looks like now going into this fight card, we got 10 bouts. It's going to be a fight night card headlined by flyweight women's bout. We got Erin Blanchfield going up against Maycee Barber. So like I said real quick, I'm gonna get my notes up here. Get all this up here. Chat when say what up when you get in the room. But we're gonna start things off with a women's strawweight bout. We got Rayanne Dos Santos going up against Alice Ardaline. We got Dos Santos coming in. They are 0-2 in the UFC, 14-8 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Ardaline coming in. They are 0-2 in the UFC, 9-7 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Ardaline in this one by either decision or KO. I just feel like Dos Santos, last time out I saw them, they just have really poor defense. They pressure forward and they throw hands and they got some good striking. I haven't really seen what they have to offer on the ground, but one thing I noticed that was a glaring weakness is just their defense. Like they don't really avoid or block shots, and really they got caught with the same move from their last opponent literally over and over and over again to the point where you couldn't really put it in their favor, even though they had the more impactful shots and they were definitely putting this person on their heels, but points wise they just allowed themselves to get hit too much. Ardaline, they're gonna press forward as well. They're not afraid to take one, to give one, but I also believe they have a little bit to offer on the ground to be able to mix it up and at least pose a threat, keep Dos Santos guessing, and hopefully take advantage of that poor defense. So I'm going to be going with Ardaline in this one.
I disagree with that. I got to go with Dos Santos. I think Dos Santos has better grappling. The real difference maker here is going to be if she's able to get through the striking power of Ardaline. Ardaline is definitely the better striker overall. Can Rayanne Dos Santos get past that to implement her grappling and her ground game? I believe she can. I don't think Ardaline is that dangerous, even though she is the better striker of the two. At the end of the day, Dos Santos is the better submission artist of the two. So she's able to implement her BJJ and her wrestling. Should be able to take this one fairly easy and get the dub.
For sure. I did not introduce us, so do we just keep it pushing and save the introductions for the outroductions, or this is your host Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. Here with my bro host extraordinaire.
You know it is. It's RayBuck. It's Chocolate Jordan. It is Mr. Give Me My Belt, Hand Me My Crown.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're gonna just go back to this card and then we'll chop it up at the end of this video. Moving on to a men's lightweight bout, we have Balaji Oki going up against Michael Aswell. This one right here was scheduled to be Markel Medeiros going up against Balaji Oki, but then Medeiros dropped out. So we got Oki coming in. They are 1-1 in the UFC, 9-2 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. Aswell is actually going to be making their UFC debut. Coming off of a loss from the Contender Series, so literally this is just kind of like a last-minute phone call. just to try and fill the card out, even though they ended up having other fights, that had problems. So, we got Aswell coming in on super short notice, making their UFC debut. They're 10-2 overall, but just given the time frame and them, not even really having proven to be able to get past the competition necessary to even enter the UFC, I really can't go with Aswell in this one. As well, I just want to point out that they are 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. Oki's just in shape and is ready to go. Bounce back from their loss that I feel like was more like a freak submission that they got. So, or that the opponent got on them. I think they're ready to come show that they're, ready to entertain the crowd. So I've got them going over as well, just because of the time frame mostly.
I agree with that pick. Oki's a season fighter. Oswald, this will be his debut fight. Oswald is a knockout artist, but on a lower class forum. Um, that being said, I think Oki's just going to have a better fight IQ. He's going to have a few more routes to victory, being that he does have grappling, he does have wrestling, and then I think he's not necessarily a slouch in the striking. Could he get clipped by this up and comer? Sure, he can. But he's also been training for, you know what I mean, about since prior to February, because his February fight dropped out. And now, you know what I mean, he's still in shape. So I've got to imagine he's had two, possibly three or more fight camps just because of the fact that the one fight dropped. He was probably expecting to get another fight within a few weeks or a month. You know what I mean? So stayed in shape. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. He's not going to get a fight until June, right? By the time, no, I guess it'll be May 31st,
Yeah.
right? So May 31st. You know what I mean? That's damn near 6 months. I mean, not 6 months, 5 months. So I think Oki takes this one down.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Moving on to another men's lightweight bout, we got Jordan Levitt going up against Kurt Holloway. We got Levitt coming in there 4-3 in the UFC, 11-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last fights. We got Holloway coming in there 2-6 in the UFC, 21-9 with one no contest overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Levitt in this one by either decision or submission. Really, Holloway is just one of those guys that, like if you let him stick around, then he can be a threat, and or if you're just like not necessarily too seasoned with on the ground, so then he can mix it up on you, wear you down, stick around long enough to knock you out or submit you. Um, in this particular bout, though, I just feel like Jordan Levitt's going to be the overall better grappler. I'm not going to say necessarily his hands are quite there, which may be the edge for Holloway, but I don't necessarily think that Holloway is like too nasty with the hands either. As far as on the ground, I think Levitt definitely has an edge. Holloway, it's kind of flip flop. Holloway definitely has skills on the ground as well, but I just think Levitt's a little bit better. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I've seen Levitt be put in situations where he's butt scooting, but I just don't think Holloway's the type of striker who will make Levitt one dimensional. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Levitt in this one.
I agree with the Levitt pick as well. Holloway is, you know what I mean, he just sticks around, and if you let him stick around and get into those later rounds, you're going to probably have some problems. I believe Jordan Levitt can get past that, not allow him to stick around for the later rounds. Um, Implement his grappling. Holloway is also a grappler. I would give the striking edge to Holloway, but not so much that he's going to outclass Levitt. Um, that being said, um, Levitt should be able to, you know what I mean, enter a grappling exchange and win said grappling exchange and give me my money.
For sure, for sure. Moving on to a men's lightweight bout, or I'm sorry, flyweight bout that is like listed at 127 pounds on Tapology here, but I'm assuming that's a typo. I don't think these fools are going to fight at 127 pounds. But we got Alan Nascimento going up against Jafel Filho. We got Nascimento coming in 2-1 in the UFC, 20-6 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Filho coming in 2-1 in the UFC as well, 16-3 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Filho in this one by either decision or KO. I feel like they're just gonna be more of like the more well-rounded fighter. I feel like they'll have the edge in the striking, but they do have skills on the ground. Whereas Nascimento, he's definitely gonna have skills on the ground, but his striking I don't think is gonna be quite up to par. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Filho in this one by a KO or decision or KO.
I've got to guess that Jafal will make Nascimento feel like a hoe. That being said, I got to go with Jafal Phil Ho. He's my first dog of the night. Um, I think this is you know what I mean, a good bout. But I do think Phil Ho has a little bit better grappling than Nascimento does. His striking is, you know what I mean, probably an edge over Nascimento, not crazy over, but you know what I mean, a quick an edge for sure. Um, that being said, I also think he has a slightly better gas tank than Nascimento does. Um, I just believe he gets this one done. I just think the odds makers have this one wrong. I think this is one of those ones where you're able to actually make a buck on this card because this card is really close. It's really tight. There's not any super clear favorites. I think the biggest line right now is minus 350 or something along those lines, um, which is crazy. This card is a sleeper card because this card is not like filled with big names. I mean, even the featured card of the night is kind of fucking lame as far as star power goes. Is it going to be a good fight? Yes, I believe Blanchfield and Barber will be a great fight. And I think there's a ton of other great fights on this card. They're just not star power. These are just up and comers, which is great. And I think everyone's pretty equal. But that being said, and getting off topic, Phil Ho is my pick. He will make Nascimento feel like a hoe. Let's move on.
All right, y'all. Moving on, we have a middleweight bout between. Well, first I'll start off the main card because I mean, literally, this is going to be a short night at the office. So, starting off the main card, we have a men's middleweight bout. We have Zach Reese going up against Dusko Turdovic. We got Reese coming in 2-2 in the UFC, 8-2 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Tordovic coming in there 3-5 in the UFC, 12-5 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 fights. I'm actually going to be going with Tordovic in this one by either decision or KO. I just believe that they are going to be the overall better fighter. They got good hands. They got good grappling. They've just had a rough go. Like, they faced some, good competition. And then on top of that, they blew out their knee. So they've just had time away from the cage that, for me, that's the reason why they're not able to actually, really put their best foot forward. So I just feel like, in this fight, having had that camp to camp consistency, even though they lost their last bout, in November, they've had time to get back into the routine of training, getting ready for a fight, and then actually coming to a fight rather than having to rehab and do all these other outside things that don't allow you to stay up to fight speed basically. So Zach Reese, he's decent competition. This isn't going to be an easy fight for Turdovic, but I do feel like this is kind of like a last chance opportunity to showcase his skills, and also a chance for Zach Reese to kind of build back some more momentum because he kind of fell off after being hyped, and now they've kind of slow paced him, trying to get him back into good graces. So, but I think Turtovic's gonna get this one. I think he'll be the better overall fighter.
Well, I think Zach Reese is going to flush this turd slash victim. Um, Make it happen and get back in the good graces of the UFC. Um, Zach Reese is a dog fighter. He's had a little bit of a bad go of it, you know what I mean, recently. But also the turd has as well. So that being said, I just I don't see where every time that Turdovic comes up against uh, uh, I wouldn't even say a high level. I would just say like a, a better than average level UFC fighter. He shits the bed. You know what I mean? He just is not able to get it done. He can't get over that hurdle. And I think Zach Reese is a better than average UFC fighter. Again, I think this is a close one. I'm not going to say that. I mean, I guess I did just say that Zach Reese is going to flush him. But I think Zach Reese is better. This is going to be a great fight. Again, this whole card is pretty amazing. Um, but I just see a lot more talent, a lot more ways to victory, um, and a better cardio. And again, when you do something like blow out a knee, it's hard to trust that knee. It's hard to, you know what I mean, throw your kicks with full force. It's hard not to guard it with all your, you know what I mean, all you have when somebody feints it, which leaves your fucking big ass ball dome out there. So that being said, Zach Reese for the win.
For sure. I feel you. I mean, I won't be surprised if Reese wins, but I just have this feeling that Turtovic has a lot more to prove. So we'll see how it pans out.
This turd's gonna be a victim.
Um, we up next we have a women's featherweight bout, which is listed funny at 140. I don't understand. Anyways, we got Ketlin Vieira
We don't have
going.
a 144-pound fucking women's division, do
No, it's
we?
145.
That's
That
wild.
yeah, that's weird. And actually, when I think about it, I don't think that
They're not
division
even that
doesn't even
high.
exist anymore.
No, they got rid of it. It's 115 and 125, right?
Yeah. So I don't even know. I
Well,
don't
no,
even.
them. Yeah,
What is this? Hold up, y'all. I'm sorry. That's weird as hell. Last weight, last weight 146 pounds. What? No, cause she fought Kayla Harrison her last time out. So that
yeah.
was that had to be a bantamweight. And they're saying her last it was 100.
There's no way, dude.
Man, that's weird. And what are they here, I want to see real quick. See? This is that weird shit.
It is that word shit. I agree.
What do they got this classified as? A featherweight? That's weird. Anyway, uh anyway, y'all, we just got a fight coming up between Ketlin Vieira going up against Maycee Barber. We got Vieira coming in 8-4 in the UFC, 14-4 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Chasson coming in. They are 8-3 in the UFC, 10-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Chasson in this one by either decision or sub. I just feel like they're gonna be the better overall fighter. Vieira, she's good at putting people up against the fence and then just holding them there. That's about it. Like, not much of a threat coming from her. She's fought some high level competition, but I mean, she doesn't have the skills necessary to put like that nail in the coffin on her opponents and or just like be able to actually definitively beat them. So I'm gonna be going with Chasson in this one. Like she's not like this huge threat either, but she's scrappy and she at least does try to finish her opponents. And I feel like she's actually just kind of like evolving and getting better, taking things more seriously, believing in herself as a title contender. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Chasson in this one.
I disagree with that. The one thing I can tell you for sure is more ways, more ways. Man, I'm gonna need a better grammar out of you there, Darren. Anyway,
Yeah.
Maycee Chesson
No, I get what he's saying.
has that. What is he saying?
He's saying there's more ways to finish for Chasson. Like she's got more ways to victory in this fight than Vieira does.
I will bet every person watching this video $1 that this fucking goddamn fight go does not end early. Like this is going to go to decision. This is a
I
decision
mean,
fight.
I don't doubt that.
Do I think it's a bad fight? No. It's going to be a back and forth battle.
It'll probably
But
be a
I do.
decision, but the finishing odds are in favor of Chasson rather than Vieira. For sure.
Sure. I'll give you that. I mean, not really, but it's again, it's 50-50, dude. Like, I mean, not 50-50. Like, it's going to decision. I'll tell you that. And I guess if it's going to be finished, which it's not going to be finished, you could give an edge to Chesson because she doesn't have a gas tank and she'll lay it more out on the line than Vieira will, right?
Well, she's just crisper. She's got volume. She's going to be more
Striking.
technical and shit like that. But she also does have some good grappling, which I
Not
probably
better
could
than
see.
Vieira.
No, I could see her using her grappling on Vieira because I don't think she has much to offer there. She will put her up against the fence, but she don't do nothing after that.
There's going to be a lot of pretzel looking, fucking crotch sniffing, fucking wildness on the ground, bro. Like, and again, like, yeah, she's gonna hold her against the cage, but we're gonna see a grappler, a grappling fest with like a little bit of punches in there. You know what I mean? There's gonna be far more rolling, far more grappling, far more. You know what I mean? Maybe some dirty boxing. That's where you're really gonna get your punches in. I think for more than anything.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Vieira for the win. Especially she's another one of the dogs of the night. Not a huge dog. This is almost a coin flip, but she is like a one plus 165 or something like that. So I think the value's there. So you've got to go with Vieira over Chesson.
I think it's going to be Chasson from distance, point fighting. Every time Vieira tries to put her up against the fence, she's going to figure out a way to reverse position, push off, and then continue to go back to work and just get this on points. And then Vieira might, try to get her to the ground as a last ditch, like desperate attempt. And then it's going to be too far gone.
Come on, man.
And Chasson will just find a submission from down there or some type of dominant position.
I will say this, bro.
Control it from there or end it from there as well.
I fucking hate when you do this. I don't like hate it because it makes me mad that you're doing it or you know what I mean. I don't like it. But you do have a fucking certain type of way of like predicting the fucking future that I don't fucking like. You know what I mean about certain fights, especially when you do that stupid shit.
I'm not
like,
gonna sit here and bring up statistics and all that shit, bro. I go off of what I see, and like, luckily, I've been watching this shit long enough to see these people, get a few under their belt. And yeah, people evolve, so sometimes you don't see the same version every time, but after a while, once they get it together, then you notice, like, they know what works for them, and then their opponent knows what they gotta, work against. So,
all right. So can you give me the rundown of how Caitlin Vieira wins this one?
How she wins? I mean, literally, like, she'll win. She'll be the more powerful and possibly stronger of the two. So, like, she could get a flash KO. And then if not a flash KO, just literally if Chasson isn't able to keep her back off of that fence, then she'll just clinch her up against the fence and just kind of, short elbows.
Dirty boxer?
Like you said, dirty boxing, but like it's not gonna be eventful. It'll just be a lot of control time. So then it comes down to like even then at the end of the fight, it's kind of still like, okay, yeah, she controlled her for most of the fight, but was there any significance to that control? You know what I mean? So like,
that's all I need. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you.
I look at who can take more damage and who has the sharper tools. Yeah. I mean, now I don't know.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna blow
I
my
feel like Vieira could take
fucking
some
nose.
damage, but Chasson has the sharper tools, for sure.
Go ahead, you know the next one, I fucking
Do the next one?
fucking yeah.
All right.
Nose is running, bro.
I feel you. It's all good. Next up, we got a light heavyweight bout. We got Dustin Jacoby going up against Bruno Lopez. We got Jacoby coming in there 8-6 with 1 draw in the UFC. The fuck? You're fucking sounding a trumpet in the fucking background. The fuck? All right. We got a light heavyweight bout between Dustin Jacoby going up against Bruno Lopez. We got Jacoby coming in. They're 8-6 with 1 draw in the UFC, 20-9 with that 1 draw overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 fights. We got Lopez coming in. They are 1-0 in the UFC, 14-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Lopez in this one by decision or KO. They're going to be the more powerful striker, in my opinion. I think like the volume may lean towards Jacoby, but he's going to be definitely, like I don't think he's going to be trying to lay on the volume and wear down Lopez to eventually just kind of maybe TKO, just overwhelm him with the volume at a certain point and then in the fight like that. But outside of that, I feel like the KO and just, shots that are more impactful to where they wear down Jacoby over time and give Lopez more of an opportunity to finish the fight out. I was just really impressed with Lopez's debut fight. I want to say, no, it wasn't them, but when that fight was just impressive. So I'm gonna be going with Lopez in this one, but I will say if they let Jacoby stick around, he's one of those guys that after a while can start to pour it on and potentially get you out of there if you gas out or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Lopez in this one though. A little late, but
And again, I
respect
disagree with
it.
that bullshit. Justin Jacoby is just a dog. He's a dog fighter.
Yeah.
He's got a hell of a gas tank. You know what I mean? Just a cardio beast. Bruno Lopez is an exciting fighter for sure. Is he going to be able to hang in there while Jacoby is literally just dogging him out, just coming at him like a zombie, putting the volume on him, not slowing up, not you know what I mean, just keeping the foot on the pedal, all gas, no brakes. Does Bruno Lopez hold up? With only 1 fight in the UFC, I don't believe so. Um, is he? Do I think he has the makings or the trappings of being a good fighter, or you know what I mean, or one of the better fighters in the UFC? Absolutely. But he's gonna have to get against or get past the gatekeeper in Dustin Jacoby, and I don't think he's ready for that yet. I
Okay.
think he's punching above his weight class, so to speak. Obviously, in the same weight class, but you know what I mean. He's punching above his belt at this point, and I think I would have liked to see them give him a slightly easier fight, or I mean, a more well matched fight than the Jacoby. But I'll take a Jacoby win all day. I believe
He's
he.
not gonna win, but
Oh yeah, he is because
you
I just said he
continue.
is.
No, you can continue.
Oh, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue with letting you know that Justin Jacoby is going to win this one because Bruno Lopez is a goddamn green fucking thumb, green wet behind the ears. You know what I mean? Smells like mother's milk. We're not ready. He's not ready for a just Dustin Jacoby. That's it. That's all I got for you.
That's all you got?
Yeah,
All right.
Dustin
Well,
Jacoby
we'll see.
for the win.
All right. Uh, Moving on to a welterweight bout, we have Ramiz Brahimaj going up against Billy Ray Goff. We got Brahimaj coming in 3-3 in the UFC, 11-5 overall, and are definitely not on an 8-fight win streak. I know that. That's a typo there for sure.
Why?
That is, yeah, they're 3-2 in their last 5. Billy Ray Goff coming in. They are 1-1 in the UFC, 9-3 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Goff in this one. This fight was originally a bunch of things with this card went wrong. I believe Ramiz Brahimaj was supposed to fight Oban Aliat, who had visa issues, and then it turned out that Billy Ray Goff's opponent ended up having those same type of issues, so they just rescheduled a bout between both of them, leaving this fight here with Brahimaj and Goff. Brahimaj, super dangerous grappler. Did get a knock. I want to say they got a knockout in their last fight though. But just a seasoned grappler, definitely gonna have the edge in that department. Goff gonna have the edge in the striking, in my opinion. I think that they'll be scrappy enough to keep this on the feet and stuff the takedowns early on. Hopefully, put some punishment on Brahimaj to then take the pop out of those takedown attempts. And yeah, I think Goff gets it done. I'm gonna take him over Brahimaj in this one.
I gotta agree with you. First time we've agreed in quite a while. But Goff, yeah. Brahma is just a roll around on the floor, BJJ wrestler dude. So he's not going to be able to get past the striking, unfortunately. And I think Goff has just enough takedown defense to counteract his wrestler or Brahma's wrestling prowess.
Yeah.
That being said, uh, I I can't say that this one ends striking. I think it just ends. I want to say probably in a decision. Brahma is shooting. Goff is sprawling and just fucking 1-2 in his dumbass the entire time
That's what
and
I've
gets it
seen.
done.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So
Yeah. That's pretty much how I feel about it as well too.
so
All right, all right. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening, we have a lightweight bout between Mateusz Gamrot going up against Ludovic Klein. We got Gamrot coming in. They are 7-3 in the UFC, 24-3 with one no contest overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Klein coming in. They are 7-2 with one draw in the UFC, 23-4 with that one draw overall, and are currently riding a 6-fight win streak. I was on the fence about this one for a little bit. Ultimately, I had to come to the conclusion to pick Klein. I just feel like they're ever evolving, whereas I feel like last times out, these couple times that I've seen Gamrot, they've hit a ceiling. Um, they got decent striking, really good grappling, and a decent gas tank. But they definitely aren't as seasoned in their striking. I don't believe they'll be the more powerful of the two strikers, nor the more skilled of the two strikers. I'm gonna give the striking to Ludovic Klein in this one. I think he'll be a little more powerful, a little bit more technical and crisper. Um, and he's just a dog. Whereas I've seen Gamrot not necessarily quit, but you just see he can fade as the fight goes on, especially, once the punishment gets put on him and he's not able to necessarily secure all these takedowns that he'll go for throughout the course of the fight. Ludovic Klein's pretty scrappy himself on the ground. I believe that he'll either, be able to just keep this, he'll have the good defense sprawl and just keep this on the feet. Or, he'll be able to potentially surprise Gamrot with some sneaky grappling technique and possibly find dominant positions and or just then scramble his way back to his feet. And then again, just start, keeping this as a striking bout. Gamrot's fought some high level competition, but just hasn't been able to get over that hump to vie for that championship. Klein, I feel like is a long way in his own right from the title, but he's hungry and he's okay with taking his time getting up there. I feel like this is Gamrot's window closing. Like this fight right here will probably close his window for vying for a title. So yeah, if he's not able to secure some takedowns early on, then it's gonna be a long night for him. I'm gonna go with Ludovic Klein in this one.
Unfortunately, that's the wrong pick. Got to go with Matthews Gamrot on this particular one. This is going to be a great fight. These two competitors. It's going to be, you know what I mean, a slobber knocker, so to speak.
It is. It's gonna be a good ass fight.
It's going to be a great fight. They are very evenly matched. They are very equal on the ground. They're very equal in the hands. I think, in my unhumble opinion, that where Gamrot wins over Ludovic Klein is in the cardio, is in the gas tank, and is being able to keep his foot on the gas towards, you know what I mean, in those later rounds. That's where he gets this one done. Um, I'm not sure if this. I think this might even be another decision fight.
Oh,
These two
I
dudes
feel
are
like
dogs. Um,
I feel like this is definitely going to go to decision, bro. Like, cause I almost want to say these guys are mirror images of themselves with just slight edges to one of the other's skill sets. So, like I said, a slight edge to Gamrot in the grappling, and then a slight edge in the striking to Klein. But both can still pose a threat to each other in both those regards, still too.
uh,
I read this comment. I read it, and the first portion, that's all you. But yeah, Gamrot just is looking like, his window's closing. And
wow.
yeah, when someone starts putting the fucking hands on him, like I said, if he's not able to secure takedowns right away and keep that person controlled, then it becomes a long, long night for him. What do you guys say?
Oh, fuck,
Shirt looks fine to me.
fuck our one chat guy. Other than like the fact that you know what I
Looking
mean,
like
that's the
a
homie, and I'm glad that he's here. And I mean, of course, homie's got to talk shit. So I really, I appreciate that, I guess.
looking kind of,
But
I see
still, fuck you, my boy.
little like 2003 50 Cent going on right now.
Fuck this dude too, bro. How do I even fucking hang out with this dude, bro? How do we make it like? What episode is this?
This is
Like,
episode 60, my G.
that is crazy. How the
Yeah.
fuck did I keep doing it with this dude, bro?
Hey, I think it's pretty obvious, bruh. I would be a joy to work with, I assume, personally.
Fucking bullshit. Anyway,
So you're going with Gamrot on this one?
Gamrot for the motherfucking win. Gamrot, and it's literally, I think they're very, very even. I just think the cardio is able to carry Gamrot into um, the next, you know what I mean? His next fight, or even to win to
So
where he's
it's,
gonna be.
it's cardio versus dog fucking mentality.
I think they're both dogs, though. I don't think
Because
that I don't really think Ludovic Klein out dogs Gamrot. I think they're so equal, dude. I think the striking's going to be equal. The grappling's going to be equal. It's going to be a clinic. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. You're going to see so many different looks.
I
But
don't think Gamrot can control Klein for long periods of time.
I don't think Klein can control Gamrot for long periods of time.
I don't think he's looking to control him. I think he's going to piece him up.
We'll see. We'll see. But again, I think they're very, very even. But I do believe Gamrot's got the edge, like I said, in cardio and just dogging it out, right?
Definitely a tough fight to bet on. Shouts to Darren in the chat. That's my guy.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's Mr. Fucking what's that fucking dish called? Oh, bro, that shit was so fucking fire. Uh,
The jambalaya.
the jambalaya, Mr. Jambalaya, bruh. God damn. And fucking gumbo and shit like this. Whew. Hey man, you feel free to bring that over, my boy, whenever you want. You know what I mean? Go ahead and put the name of your business in the chat. Send it over.
All right. Well, folks, Tapology's all over the place. I get that Maycee Barber freaking weighed in a half pound overweight, but what the fuck? This is
Bad
we
chick.
got a flyweight women's bout for the main event of the evening.
Only allow that shit because it's live, bro. Go ahead.
We got Erin Blanchfield going up against Maycee Barber. We got Blanchfield coming in 7-1 in the UFC, 13-2 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. We got Barber coming in. They are 9-2 in the UFC, 14-2 overall, and are currently riding a 6-fight win streak. Now, okay, real quick before I say this, I ain't gonna lie. Like, when I was confident in this bet until I looked at the weigh-ins, and I ain't gonna lie, like Barber looked a little like disheartened
Bro,
after she wasn't able to weigh in.
You can jump to the winning team,
on
bro.
weight, but
jump to the winning team, bro. It's okay. I'm still with you.
That's in those moments. Folks are usually depleted when they're cutting weight, and then when you find out you weren't able to, and what's the point of cutting that half pound when fucking it's just like. Might as well just store that energy.
She does look fucking good when she's thick.
Replenish, and then
yeah,
just be the heavier fighter, I guess.
Thick Maycee, baby.
Which I think that was going to be the case anyways in this fight, even if she did make weight. When they replenish and they both step into the cage, Barber's probably going to be the stronger and the bigger of the two. So all in all, basically, I'm going with Barber by either decision or KO in this one. I just believe that she'll be able to. This is gonna be one of those fights where Erin Blanchfield, like, she's evolving and is getting like better somewhat with her hands, but just not at the level that Maycee Barber's at. Maycee Barber's gonna have the edge in the hands, and Blanchfield's gonna have the edge on the ground. But Barber, I don't think she's like too afraid to engage on the ground. And I think it's going to be one of those things where they're going to scramble, and Blanchfield, definitely could sneak a submission in somewhere like that. But I think that Barber's her game plan's definitely going to be just more so for control. She's going to want dominant positions, top position, to be able to rain down punches. And I think that that's something that Blanchfield, that's going to fuck with her, because she's going to be so used to being in control on the ground, or dealing with someone who's equally as versed in grappling, that when all of a sudden she's realizing, like, oh shit, like, I'm getting pieced up on the feet, tries to go to the ground, and then realizes, I'm getting fucking, beat the fuck up on the ground too. I think it's just going to be overwhelming for her at a certain point, and Barber's going to, like I said, either just maintain that control over 3 rounds, or make the fight, take place back again on the feet and just do that over the course of 3 rounds, or she's going to find that dominant position and then just start raining punches down, overwhelm Blanchfield, and then eventually get her the fuck out of here. So I'm going to be going with Maycee Barber in this one.
Before I get into my pick, let me go ahead and answer a couple things that have been said here. All right. I agree with Blanchfield's going to try to keep it on the ground. Would you agree with that? I agree with that.
For sure, definitely.
Second thing is, what up? 305 chunks.
Yo, what's good, my G?
Aspinall Jones is going to happen. It cannot not happen. Wait, go ahead. What do you got?
I don't know.
I was told that like the shit's in the works. Like it's
Dana is like that shit's happening, but if you look at John Jones, it doesn't look like he is, you know, readying himself for any sort of battle. And then Tom Aspinall has now just made this his entire fucking legacy and identity now at
it's just
this
fucking
point.
lame.
So it's just one of those things where I don't really know what's going to happen because I think it's all about public interest, you know? And so, like, people want to see this fight, but it's kind of like Chandler and McGregor. Like, if both parties aren't invested, then it just doesn't matter anymore. And fucking let's move on. Like, fucking Tom Aspinall could have made money now at this point that would have equaled or, you know, had gone over the amount he would make against going against Jones at this point. Jones got enough money. His legacy submitted or cemented. So that's why he's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I think literally it has, like, I think there's a lot of things that have to fall in place for Jones. I think for him, it has to be a certain kind of event, it has to be a certain kind of venue, and it has to be a massive amount of fucking money. Because I think that overall, even though Tom Aspinall is rightfully the next guy up, who the fuck is Tom Aspinall?
Yeah.
Like, I really think
this is
that's
what you
just
do,
what
though.
it comes down to, bro. Is
I
who
think
the
this is-
fuck are you, bro?
This is what
compared to
should have
my
happened.
legacy, bro. Like, you're winning. Basically, all you're trying to do is capitalize on time frame.
Sure.
You're trying to capitalize on the fact that I'm at this point in my career and you're at this point in your career. I'm fucking way older. You know, you got fucking hours of tape on me, and fucking you just happen to be in position because I stuck around long enough. It's kind of like some LeBron shit.
Yeah.
You know, like what's supposed to happen? Eventually, somebody younger, just by default, is gonna start, you know, taking over because you've lost a step or two. It's not a matter of he's actually better than you.
I think this is
He's
what it is, though, Cam.
He's
Like,
playing biology basically at this point.
what I've got to say is, I think if you really wanted, if Tom Aspinall really wanted to cement that fight, what he needed to do is he needed to just run through the division as fast as he could. He needed to tell Dana, hey, I want to fucking fight everybody and anybody at any given fucking time as fast as possible over and over again, just like Poetom was doing. You know what I mean? Just back to back to back, I'm fucking fighting. And given there, like, no doubt that, like, that next fight, or you know what I mean, like after 1, 2, 3 fights, that he has to fight John Jones, or John Jones needs to fucking vacate the belt and fucking get into the fucking win, bro. You know what I mean? Because if he's literally beating the 5 guy, the 4 guy, the 2 guy, the 3 guy, you know what I mean? Boop 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 boop, and he's just fucking waxing them all.
The only
Then what is that I think that paints John Jones into a corner, and it goes, hey, bro, like, I've literally beat the top fucking 5, or the, you know what I mean, top 4, or whatever you want to look at. Like, you want to keep ducking, like, then you do look like a pussy. Then you do look like you're
I
not gonna
think
fucking,
that's the only reason why John
instead of waiting for the fight, though.
the only reason why he hasn't put closure to this situation is because of the public perception that he's ducking him. He doesn't like the idea that people think that he doesn't want to do this fight because fucking he's ducking Aspinall. He wants people to understand that he doesn't have the motivation. Like, I fucking have lived Tom Aspinall's career over fucking 5, 10
sure.
times over. You know what I mean? So, like, what motivates me to potentially take a loss? It's not that he's afraid of taking a loss, it's who he's taking it against. It's like, okay, fucking, I'm Michael Jordan, you know, and during my Washington Wizards era, you know, a fucking young fucking first rounder that nobody remembers got a dunk off on me. You know, and that's your fucking highlight for your life. And for me, it's somewhat of a
It was a
stain
fucking
and or
blip.
just a lame fucking exit on my legacy because I just stuck around too fucking long
Yeah.
and allowed you fools to fucking, eat off of me. It's like the lion in the pride who leads the pride, but then eventually it's like that young nigga's like, yo, this is my shit, nigga. So you can either walk off away from this pride or I gotta eat you in front of everybody. So and so I get that. Like at the end of the day, it's a business. This is the game we play. Fucking Jones either needs to vacate or fucking put that shit up. But really, I can understand what's going on here. It's literally like, okay, like kind of like Jordan. If Jordan played Wizards, Jordan playing fucking LeBron entering the league. It's not that Jordan's worse than LeBron. It's the fucking time
Did they
frame.
never play?
I guess they played a pickup game.
They never actually played in the league though.
No, they never played against each other
Huh.
on an NBA floor in an NBA sanctioned fucking game.
Okay.
Friggin', but imagine that though. Imagine if you got fucking '03 LeBron, coming into the league, fucking against Jordan on the Wizards. Most likely LeBron would probably fucking wash Jordan. But it wouldn't be because LeBron's just the better player.
Yeah.
It's because
Jordan's
you
an
caught
old
me
man.
fucking at the end of my fucking time,
Yeah.
young man.
I literally had to drain my knees every fucking
Yeah.
game.
I mean, it's kind of like what happened. Like Jordan, was coming in and Bird was at the end of his shit. Now, don't get me wrong, Bird still let that fool know a couple of times, like, I'm him. There's a reason why I'm here. But eventually it was like, all right, like it's time to pass it off.
Here you
like,
go, young boy.
I'm not him no more. And you're gonna take this, torch now.
Yeah.
So it's just the same shit. And so it's one of those things. Do you want like Jones haters want to see him lose?
Of course.
But
And then Darren, bro, like fucking having Jones be a gatekeeper is a wild statement, my bro.
Wait. Izzy here. Izzy as a champ never picked and chose he fought. Even after he lost to Pereira. Jones is scared to lose, in my opinion. That's fucking
Bro,
that's
crazy work, bro.
That's crazy, bro. See, I was rocking with you, but that I do not rock with, bro. That's
Gatekeeper, you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time, the greatest ever done it, and you're a gatekeeper?
Izzy was a good champ. He took on, all the challengers, ran through his division, only really vied for, a double champ status once in his career. Saw his ceiling and went back down. And even after he lost to Pereira, like he's still putting it all on the line. And I give him props for that. But he's not John Jones. Like, we gotta really think about what John Jones has accomplished. Like it's kind of crazy. Don't get me wrong, like I don't necessarily want him to take this fight with Aspinall because I do think, Aspinall has a excellent chance of winning this fight. But I also think a lot of people are counting Jones out like as if he hasn't just dominated fools. Now don't get me wrong, he had a good fight against Dominic Reyes. A couple people have posed a threat against him, but this is John Jones, bro. Like, come on, y'all. Like, let's put some respect on the man's name, bro. Great gatekeeper is fucking crazy. Like, I can't even look at that comment, bro, without just.
Could you imagine?
You haven't even made your pick yet for the main event because of how controversial this became.
That was the most controversial comment I've ever seen. Like, John Jones is a gatekeeper. He's just like top 15, just keeping people out of there, like fucking Kevin Holland or fucking
Damn.
Or what's his other fucking dude's name? Other fucking scrawny ass motherfucker. He's not scrawny, I guess. My bad. You know what I mean? It was some mad hating, but Kevin Holland and the other dude, he looks. I mean, all black people look alike, bro. So like.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no, man. See, Now both of you, I don't know what's going on. It's getting weird, bro. Can we get back to the fucking show?
That's what I've been told, bro.
I don't give a shit what you been told. Somebody, man, I can't, man, come on, man. Clipping that shit out.
Goddamn, you know what I'm talking about, man. He's like the older cat. He shows up when he wants to show up.
Neil Magny?
Neil Magny. There you go. You knew what I was talking about, right?
I'm that doesn't prove you.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, let's move on, bro.
Yeah, it fucking does.
Who do you got in this fight? You never really said who you got, bro. Blanchfield or Barber?
I've got to go with Erin Blanchfield. Erin Blanchfield for the win.
You're fucking tripping.
Maycee Barber is the stronger fighter physically, strength-wise. She is able to make it happen as far as that goes. The better fighter, the more well-rounded fighter is Erin Blanchfield. This is going to be another good fight in the women's division. I'm excited to watch it. I think they're very evenly matched. Do I believe it's going to end in a draw? More than likely. Maybe a sub. Maybe a sub.
A
Maybe a
draw?
late round sub.
You said it's gonna end in a draw?
Not a draw. I mean, sorry, my bad. A decision is what I
Oh,
meant.
okay. All right. What?
A decision, yeah. Me picking a draw would be crazy, right? That'd be like plus 2,000 or some shit like that.
Let's see. Let's see. If
Magny
Khabib had
sucks.
stuck around, he would have lost eventually. Nobody beating Jones in his prime, but right now he's not at his best. No, and that's what I'm saying, bro. But it's like it's
Father
not.
time catches up with everybody,
it's not.
buddy.
It's not for a lack of skill. It's for
Somebody's gonna beat me
literally
at some point too.
Just
They
like
haven't yet.
it's just like fucking. You know, just
They keep trying.
whatever, man. Let's see here. He'd keep a lot of people out of the top 10. This was wilding right now, bro. Like, the disrespect is at an all-time high.
Bro, this
Magny
is the GOAT,
sucks is
bro.
a crazy comment. And then you're going with Blanchfield. I mean, see, for me, what it is like Blanchfield. I will say this, like, she knows how to fucking stick around. I will say that, like, that fight against Rose, I wasn't convinced she won that fight, and I wasn't impressed. I want to say there was another fight of hers that I wasn't too impressed with prior to
Maycee
that.
Barber, in my opinion.
I want to say her and Manon Fior, and I know that Fior ended up winning that fight. But, like, the fact that people even thought that Blanchfield was going to fuck with her, I think that's what it was. Is, like, I feel like people give Blanchfield more credit for her hands than she actually deserves. Her hands are not that good at all. Like, but I've seen people say that, like, they're getting better, and she believes that she can literally, stand with these high-level strikers, and it's been proven. Like, she don't got hands like that. And to me personally, I don't think she won that fight against Rose. I think Rose has been having a problem here recently of letting people stick around, and that's why she's losing fights. But that's another story for another time. Blanchfield, I believe, I think she's going to get out-muscled, and she's going to get pieced up and possibly, just like overpowered on the ground. That's what I think potentially.
And again, I'll give you that. I think the strength has to go to Maycee Barber. I agree with that. Blanchfield just has more routes to victory. Blanchfield is a more well-rounded fighter. And Maycee Barber, I feel like treats this more of a hobby. I do not see her as a title contender or a potential title contender at any point in her future career. Do you see Erin Blanchfield as a potential title contender at any point? That's a really hard question. That's the question you
She
need.
was on route, but after losing to Fior, like, I don't see how she gets there. Like, outside of just like, it's just her turn by default. You know, if Shevchenko sticks around long enough to where she's just like, I'm just going to keep running through people as long as y'all are willing to give me checks, then literally just by default in the rotation, if she's able to stick around in the top 10, then she'll get her chance eventually just because of that. But
Does
in
Maycee
terms
Barber
of
ever get a chance?
if she wins this fight. If she don't win this fight, then this is kind of like her window of opportunity right now, I believe, closing because Maycee Barber's been around for a while now. And she was on her way. She fucked her knee up. And then she's kind of, it's kind of just been like a slow, steady pace back because she's also had issues outside of the cage that have caused her to pull out of fights and shit like that.
Bro, he
So
says neither of them are. You're
I mean, he can be right though. He can be right, but then again, okay, could I see Maycee Barber competing with Alexa Grasso? I could, and I
yeah.
think maybe they may have fought in the past, and Grasso won. I'm not sure, but at this point, I could see Maycee Barber being able to compete at least a lot more, like a lot more with the top five than Blanchfield can. I think we've seen that Blanchfield can't fuck with the top five. And unless she's able to just enact her grappling immediately, she's gonna have to get her hands in order to be able to actually really like compete, with for a title for sure, for sure. Ain't nobody without hands fucking with Valentina Shevchenko. That's a given for sure.
Ooh, that girl that just beat Grasso would beat the brakes off of Barber.
Natalia Silva?
I mean,
She might. You know what? Okay. Natalia Silva is pretty good, but man, she's just kind of like a point fighter, bruh. She's never she's never gonna really like be the type to finish anybody.
yeah.
Like Barber is nasty from top position. She got nasty ground and pound. I'm not gonna say that her hands are ill with it, but against somebody like Blanchfield, she's got some decent hands. Against somebody like Natalia Silva, she'll have to get Silva to the ground and control her. And I don't know if she could do that. And then
Okay.
yeah, if it took place on the feet the entire time, yeah, Silva would fuck Barber up.
Let
Yeah,
me say
he's
this.
right.
You're right. Barber, well, you're right on that analysis, but also Barber is great in a top position. Trash on her back.
Yeah.
She's a fucking turtle, bro. When she's on her back, she's a goddamn turtle. She cannot.
Well, I don't think she's a grappler. She's not a grappler. She's friggin' she can fight and friggin' she like I said, she needs to be in
She
control
doesn't
though.
take
She
it.
has
She
to
doesn't take it
lead the
serious
dance.
enough, though.
And I think she takes it serious. I think she's had some setbacks that have discouraged her a little bit because at one point she was talking about she was going to be the youngest champ ever in the UFC, and then that injury kind of closed that door, and then her having to pull out of fights and stuff because of illnesses and shit like that. It's just I feel like it steered her off track to where it can consume her or it can fuel her. And I think this fight literally dictates a lot for her career. Both of their careers, but not so much Blanchfield. Blanchfield is here to compete for some time after this fight, regardless of the outcome. Whereas Barber, this literally like this says a lot for where her career goes.
She's
You
gonna
know,
lose the fight and lay down the gloves.
I don't know about lay down the gloves, but I could see her disappearing for a while for sure.
I just
Depending on
said
how it ends too.
lay down the gloves. Boom. End
But
the reign. Done and done.
she likes to dogfight, but I've seen that dynamic work against Barber in the past. No, you're right. You were totally right. You know, nah, for sure. She needs to do OnlyFans.
Fuck yeah. with Mackenzie Dern, like together as a duo, bruh.
Y'all are wild.
Bro, and then who's the other one chick? She's like she twerks in the fucking ring whenever she wins.
Aileen Perez.
Alien Perez, my
You
bro.
just say alien.
Alien. Is it Alien?
Alien Perez.
It's supposed to say take all my money.
Take my money. And then he threw
Tracy Cortez in there.
I'm
It's the
crying,
foursome,
bro.
bro. Oh
I'm
no,
dead, bro. He's wilding right now.
bro. Craziest foursome. Like
Wilding. Oh shit.
beat it up and then get beat up.
All right, real quick. Moving on. You got any parlays, bruh? Oh, I gotta take this one out. That's a damn.
Let me
I gotta
explain
take
to
both
you.
these out. Oh damn.
Damn, bruh.
Parlays changed up ill with it just now.
Parlay God always has parlays, my bro.
Okay.
Parlay God has, well, I guess not always parlays. I should probably take the X off that. Just a parlay. He has one. Singular parlay. But I think it's one of the greatest parlays that I may have ever put together.
Okay.
It's going to be the All Dogs Go to Heaven parlay.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? It's going to start off with Field Hole as my number one. Okay. It's going to be Beata as my number two. And for my number three, Gamrot. 3-pick, 3-dog, 2 boys, 1 chick parlay.
All right. Well, mine's, I didn't realize a lot of folks who aren't competing this weekend now that, you know, had to either pull out or get rescheduled were part of my parlays. So what went from a
sometimes you got to always pull out, bro.
What went from like a foundational parlay is now going to have to be composed of some other stuff. So I'm going to go with a 3-picker and then just get spicy with it at the end. Started off, we got Jordan Levitt, Bruno Lopez. I think that's his name. Yeah, Bruno Lopez and Ludovic Klein. And then if you want to spice it up, you can throw an extra spicy Maycee Barber on top of that. And that's how we're going.
Wow. You know what I mean? There's parlays that you win and there's parlays that you lose, so.
I want a guaranteed parlay.
The guaranteed? I can give you a guaranteed, but it's going to be like all fucking favorites and you're not going to get any money on that shit. To be honest with you, yeah. I'm telling you, those are, I think, my 3 dog fighters that I picked. If you wanted me to pick 3 favorites that you get shit money on, Oki would be one. I think Oki has to be in there, right?
I mean, maybe. You never know, bro. That fool literally walked out into the middle of the fucking cage his last fight and then got guillotined, bro. It was pretty fucking sad, to be totally honest. It was sad work. So he hasn't really even gotten a chance to really prove himself at a UFC level yet. He beat Tim Kwamba in his first fight by a split decision.
I'd say Oki, Reese, and Goff would be the 3-pick favorite parlay if you were going to do one. But it's like trash money, bro. Like, I could look it up. It's like
I don't know if Goff is. I think Goff might be an underdog, bro.
No, he's not. Absolutely not, bro.
I think he is.
All right. Hey, I'm not jumping out of the chat, y'all. I'm just looking shit up.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think there's a fight on. I don't think this lineup of fights I could honestly feel comfortable picking a guarantee. I might be able to pick a guaranteed fight that, like a singular fight, But I don't think I could string together a bunch of fights and say like definitively this is what's gonna happen. And if I was gonna say for sure, huh? It funny enough, it might actually be Oki.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And that's it though for me. Like I think that's really all I could say is just given the time frame and everything like that, and his opponent, and you know what I can see so far. Yeah, I think that Oki's probably your best bet for a guaranteed fight, but I don't know about a string of fights on this card that I could say guaranteed these fools are gonna win.
Yeah, Oki's probably the most guaranteed. Sorry, my shit's about to die.
Oh
And a
no,
golf.
Goff is the heavy
He's a
favorite.
fucking negative 390, right? I mean, so
Okay,
like
my
Oki,
bad.
Goff,
My bad.
and who's the other person I said? I already said it. Like I said it like off top.
Yeah, no, you said uh Oki, Goff,
Reese, I think, right?
Reese. Yeah, no, that was what you said. You did.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Reese was he's a negative 250.
No, you're
So
right.
like you want the guaranteed parlay. Oki, Goff, Reese. No good money, but it's a parlay. I'll make that. I'll actually make it later on tonight. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, moving on, folks. Real quick, like usually at this time of the show, I would show you graphics, showing you like the all-time statistics, this year's statistics, and even like the last card statistics about who won, who picked better, all that good stuff. But we've been running these lives, so at a certain point, I will crunch those numbers and give you a catched up tally. But until then, I'm just gonna have to ask y'all to go check out my guy, the UFC predictions tracker. Make sure you check out his channel on YouTube. He takes our numbers, matches them against everybody in this picks and predictions community on YouTube, and let you know who are the best at picking, who are the worst at picking, who's getting the most ROI from their picks, who's the least profitable from their picks, and who has betting streaks and are consistently winning on a consistent basis. A note: I did come in as the 8th best picker for underdogs in terms of ROI. So I'm not like the best at picking the underdogs, but I pick the underdogs that net the most profit. So he did like 140 some channels plus. And out of all those channels of which that do have multiple parties in the channel, so he tracks literally people like me and Bro. There's other people with channels who have multiple hosts on there, and he tracks each one of their picks. So you take that number and then multiply it by how many others. I came in 8th out of everybody in terms of when it comes to picking underdogs who can net you profit. So I picked a lot of underdogs on this card, so looking forward to it being a very successful night. But please make sure that you go check out our guy at the UFC Predictions Tracker, and tell him Bros Talk MMA sent you. Let me say, tell him Bros Talk MMA sent you, since this fool over here fucking blowing a little snot out his nose.
let me explain something to you. It's fucking RayBuck. It's Chuck Jordan. It's the one you come for, the one you stay for. I've still been winning this goddamn season. I've still been winning this year, bro. That being said,
I don't know about that. I don't know about winning this year, my G.
I'm
I think I'm
motherfucking
smoking. I think I might be winning this year, bro.
no. Okay, what you're saying is you're winning above and
Like
beyond me,
2025.
right? I'm saying like I am not losing in total fight numbers here.
No.
No, never that. You're not either. So good.
Yeah.
You're on par with the great one. It's good. Okay.
Okay.
Now, is he winning? You're gonna see him on the tracker. You're gonna see him. His fucking numbers are gonna be high. Like he's up there again.
Oh, and this, I want to say, I'm coming in
God
8th
damn it.
after
See, this can.
analysis from a year's worth of information. This isn't just like this past week I was 8th for, no, I'm talking about after a year, 42 events. That's what he said. After tallying 42 events, I was the 8th most profitable picker in terms of when picking underdogs. Just want to make sure I drive that home
Good.
to the public. Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool.
Very much so.
Okay, let me just explain something to you. When we first started this channel, if he had been following us from that point, I'd be the goddamn most immaculate motherfucker that ever fucking lived.
That's
Ever
true.
been fucking picking anything ever.
That's true. For
But
sure.
I'm not. So there's no hate. I'm not saying I'm not hating on the fact that you are up there on the track and you're fucking, you know what I mean, holding it down for the channel.
Yes, sir.
But just know who Mr. fucking give me my belt, hand me my fucking crown is, and still giving you guys the greatest picks. I'm still fucking out here winning, and I will be up there amongst the greats.
No, for sure.
Very
This
soon.
time next year, bro, I'm telling you, our names are going to be highlighted in green, and we're going to be
And I
clowning on
cannot
fools.
fucking wait.
Well,
guys can
unless
get
you
in-
keep going against me in fights, then in that case, I'll carry the torch, and you'll be a co-host on the show. Still good. We still win. But the pace you're going right now, bro, we're going to need you to pick it up, or you and me are going to need to get on the same page here pretty soon.
You're my motherfucking Skip Bayless. You are my old white man with statistics.
And to who? To your...
Goddamn Shannon Sharp.
Oh, my gosh.
Mr. Denver himself. Holding it down in the 303 and the 720.
Mr. Shay Shay.
Mr. motherfucking Shay Shay. What you want with me, boy?
I don't want nothing to do with you or fucking Shay Shay. So
You don't like Shay Shay?
that's all you, but
You don't like Shannon Sharp?
not really.
Why not?
I think it's kind of lame, to be totally honest.
Bro, you're fucking wild
But
out here.
that's another story for
I
another
guess so,
time.
bro. You're a wild ass dude.
Uh,
Fucking crazy. But whatever.
So let's see here. Yeah. With that being said,
This is goddamn episode 60.
episode 60.
Cheers to you guys for fucking
Yeah,
sticking with us.
most
Whoever has stuck
definitely.
with us, whoever is going to watch or has watched.
Yeah, thank you to all of our subscribers, all of our viewers, everybody in the chat who comes in and checks us out from episode to episode, especially here recently.
Yep.
You know, you can follow us at Bros Talk MMA on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow me on both those platforms at UTICA, UTICA _SME. You can follow my bro at
R1.Mason on Instagram, only if you have a corn hub or a only pans. Y'all know what it is.
Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe on this episode to our channel.
And let me say this: this is again, this is like a milestone moment for us. You know what I mean? 60 episodes. We weren't sure we were gonna get here. We did get here. That being said, our next episode is gonna be way better than this episode, just because the card is way better than this card. And I mean, as far as star power, again, this is a great card.
Yeah.
There's great fights on this card. The next card, there's crazy star power. Everybody you want to see fight. We're gonna see a Marab O'Malley again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who does not want to see that, because these dudes are hilarious online. In addition to like great fighters. So
Yeah, I'm
There's
interested
that.
to see that one. Spoiler alert, I am going with Marab to defend successfully again and to, go 2-0 against O'Malley. I see that happening,
there's no doubt in my mind that's what happens.
hurt toe and all. I think he gets it
Telling all,
done.
bruh.
And then, yeah, I mean, I would, I would like to start a new segment on this show, maybe that we could do through a series of live shows where we kind of just like off of first glance of the next card, just say kind of who it is we're going with, just real fast, like who it is we think is going to win on the next card. And then, have our official picks, going into the next episode. But that's something to ponder. Tell us what y'all think about that.
I'm also going to tell you I'm not in the chat 'cause my phone just died, just in case you guys are like putting things up. And we also can't see it on the
Yeah, my computer's fucking lame as fuck, so it stopped.
Just in
The
case you guys
internet on it went out, so a lot of things like aren't even useful anymore. But luckily, the phone's keeping the live stream alive, so everything's good. It's just that, yeah, we don't.
Yeah, so I don't know what you guys are saying, like, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I really do appreciate you guys being in the chat. I
Yeah,
appreciate my guy Darren. I appreciate my guy 305 Chunks, I believe is what the name
Yeah,
is.
we'll answer y'all back as soon as we get this done
I
with.
also appreciate my lurkers, you know what I mean? Women, men, you know what I mean? I'm sure they're out there. I really appreciate it, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? There's people in the, you know what I mean, watching it, but they're just not like, you know what I mean, participating. Like, you know what I mean? That's not I'm not saying it in a derogatory way.
No,
I'm saying yeah. Anyway, bro, I'm not trying to be a bad guy out here, man. I'm a good dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm out here giving you guys the greatest picks ever. The greatest picks that's ever been done. Like,
Sure.
I still got the highest. Like, we really got to like check those numbers though. We got to do like an Excel spreadsheet or something.
No, for sure.
Whoo! I'm fucking good, baby. And this particular card, I believe pretty good in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna give you a percentile on like how dope I think I'm gonna be. 68.
If anybody knows my bro, just know that wasn't like a genuine gauge. He's just being fucking a fool right now. But anyways, folks, this has been another episode, the 60th episode, Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick, a.k.a. the 8th most profitable picker in terms of picking underdogs for the past 42 events. Shouts out the UFC predictions tracker.
You were on some other ones too.
No, I was just on that.
No, you hit something else, bro. I'm telling you, I seen you.
I'm up there on pickers, but I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm here with my bro host extraordinaire.
You know what it is. This is Ray Bucks and Chaco Jordan is Mr. Hand me my belts. Give me my crown. Mr. I'll allow myself to be humbled for a fucking moment, but not that goddamn long, because I am the greatest and I have been the greatest, and they just haven't logged all my shit. But that doesn't matter. Because at some point, all things catch up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said,
The sun comes back around, or the no, that's wrong, because it was like literally not possible. Like the world goes back around the sun.
Man, I miss my soundboard, bro.
Flat Earth shit, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm not like, yo, I'm just kidding. Like, that's not me. Bro.
Pre-edited shows, I ain't gonna lie. Those pre-recorded shows, bro. This type of shit right here is gold for that kind of shit. But hey, yo, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link we have posted. Donate, help your boys get some new equipment, help us, update the hardwares, the software will come along with that by default.
Buy your boy a beer, bro. Like,
exactly, man.
Nah, but we don't need that shit. Be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about that shit. But my beers are fucking fine. My money's right and things are going. Like, yes. What the fuck?
Yes, indeed. Same as my my Instagram though, at Utica @30_303. No. At Utica 303. Cash App. Venmo. All that good shit. But yeah. Like I said, this has been the 60th this has been another episode, the 60th episode of Bros Talk MMA. We wish y'all nothing but the best. Happy betting this weekend. And until the next time, we out. This guy.
That baby.